Hey, this is Chuck. I'm going to be unboxing box number 4 out of 67 from a huge lot I just purchased. In addition to the box, there's a stack of 15, 20 records that were loose on top of this box. I'm going to go through them as well. I haven't looked through them. The box is still sealed with tape. Looks like about a 12 by 12 by 6 box. I haven't opened it. It could have anything in it. It could have albums. It could have 12-inch records. No idea, but we're going to go through them real quick. And can't do it without my readers. First in the stack is Milton Brown and his Brownies on Decca label, The Sheik of Araby, and Celito Lindo, Beautiful Heaven. Kind of a rough record. Next on Decca label is Milton Brown and his Brownies, Alice Bluegown, and Sadie Green, The Vamp of New Orleans. I'm going to add a little bit of light this direction to see if that'll let you see the labels a little better. Next we have Andy Kirk and his Clouds of Joy on Decca. Why Can't You Do It Again? Or Why Can't We Do It Again? Its label's kind of messed up. With Love in My Heart. Maybe a stack of Deccas here. All the burst Deccas. Next one is Dick Powell and Lou Forbes. Love is on the Air Tonight. And You've Got Something There. I changed rooms for this video. I'm in my actual record room where I keep all my records on shelves, cylinders. I've got my 2-minute Edison player in here, as well as an Edison wind-up for diamond discs. Now this is interesting. Blackwood Brothers Quartet from Shenandoah, Iowa. Lord, Keep Your Hand on Me. Manufactured by the Gospel Supply Company, Fresno, California. The other side is He's Everywhere. So got a picture of the quartet. Now, I've not seen this before. It's interesting. All these will get sleeves when I'm done sorting through them. The better ones will get the good discophile sleeves and stay in here, and the ones that I'm not sure about will get older sleeves and go back into storage. Next on Decca, Laughing at Life by Edgar Hayes and his orchestra, and Stompin' at the Rennie by Edgar Hayes. I'm only showing one side of these for time's sake. If anybody wants to see another side, leave a comment and we'll get with you on that. Decca, Harry Roy and his orchestra, Lighthouse Blues in Chinatown, My Chinatown on one side, and on the other side, I'm Somebody's Sweetheart Now. These Deccas are pretty rough, pretty dirty. They're not the best records, but clean them up, see what happens. Next on the Decca label, what's left of the label, Froggy Bottom by Andy Kirk and his 12 Clouds of Joy on one side, and the other side I have no idea because it's tore up. Can't even guess what that other side is. Let me make a little adjustment to this light, maybe get a little better view for you. Here's a Decca Personality Series Black Label. Mona Lisa by Victor Young, and the other side is the Third Man theme. You can see from the light that these records are kind of dirty and need some TLC. Decca label, Jimmy Dorsey and his orchestra, Perfidia on one side and Contrast on the other. These were stored loose in the warehouse where I picked them up. That's why they're so dusty. Guy Lombardo and Rebecca, I'm Fit to Be Tied, and Chatterbox. Guy Lombardo always makes me think of the movie Christine because that's what the guy that sold the car listened to was Guy Lombardo. I'm not sure if that's in the movie. It is in the book. Henry Busse, Bussy, Oh by Jingo, and Oh Johnny, Oh Johnny, Oh. I guess he likes the word O-H-O. Decca Blue Label, Connie Boswell, Sunrise Serenade. This one's chipped. It may go in the trash can. And the other side is You Grow Sweeter as the Years Go By Connie Boswell. But it's chipped pretty good on the edge. This side doesn't go into the play area, but this side does. So I'll make a decision on it. Decca Personality Series, Ray McKinley, Memphis Blues, and Long Gone. Decca Blue Label, Harry Horlick, Vienna Blood, and Artist's Life. And this one is cracked, so there's no question it's going to be trashed. I'm not sure that this particular record is worth trying to fix. Decca Personality Series, The Castilians on one side, Valentino Tango, and El Choclo. Decca Blue Label, Clyde McCoy Sugar Blues on one side and Tear It Down on the other. Some of these I'm going to have to look up because I'm not familiar with. This was one of them. Decca Burst Label, Victor Young, It's a Sin to Tell a Lie on one side and The Call of the Prairie on the other side. Decca Burst Label, Jan Garber and his orchestra, When is a Kiss Not a Kiss, and Is It Love or Infatuation? Decca Burst Label, Bing Crosby, When the Organ Played Oh Promise Me, Let's Waltz for Old Time's Sake. Decca Personality Series, Bing Crosby, All My Love, and The Friendly Islands. Decca Personality Series, Black Label, Andrews Sisters, I've Just Got to Get Out of the Habit, I Want to Be Loved. Decca Personality Series with a Torn Label, pretty hard needle scratch. Ink Spots and Ella Fitzgerald, That's the Way It Is. And the other side, I'm Beginning to See the Light, probably. Shame that one's cracked. Now I'm going to get into the box. I'm going to use this to get the tape off, open it up. I don't have a cameraman to let you watch this part, but here we go. I've got the box sitting on a stool that turns, so I'll flip everything around real easy. And opening up this box, 13 by 13 by 6, I was close. Very top is his master's voice. I'll get this out of here. It's got a sticker on it. It's got a sticker on both sides. It's chipped. John McCormick, A Little Prayer for Me, and Green Pastures. The shame is chipped because the record itself is not bad. Next in the pile is a Regal. The Two Gilberts, Comedians with Orchestra, Mr. Gallagher and Mr. Sean Sheen. And Yes, We Have No Bananas. Next comes a Columbia Magic Notes. Victor Sylvester and his Ballroom Orchestra, Serenade in Blue, and 920 Special. And this is an English copy, British copy. And we'll have to start another pile. Next we have His Master's Voice, Paul Robeson Love Song, and Canoe Song. It's already in a sleeve. Pull it out of the sleeve and oh yeah, that's nice. Very, very nice. I'm going to set this one aside. Get it back into the sleeve. Set it aside to keep separate. Alright, now I'm getting into it. Looks like a... Geez, that... okay. This is not 78s. Let's see what we got here. Not 78s. Introducing the Beatles. Okay. I know Beatles stuff is popular. Don't know anything about it particularly. It's not my thing, but... there it is. Introducing the Beatles on an LP. Looks like the label is VJ Records. Alright. This gets to be all LPs. We're going to probably stop the video. Here's another copy of the same thing, introducing the Beatles again. Next in here is Beatles Rock and Roll Music. Okay, I don't know anything about these Beatles records. I don't know if they're valuable, if they're junk. If anybody's interested in them, let me know. This looks like a gatefold album. A little bit stuck together, but who knows? Might have had some water or soda in it or something. I don't know. Interesting. Not what I expected at all. Now we're getting into 12-inch 78s, it looks like. Nights at the Ballet by the Symphony Orchestra, conducted by Walter Goer. Nights at the Ballet on His Master's Voice on a 12-inch. And pardon me for a moment while I make some room for these things. Need to set up to where that he won't get broken. All right, so here we go. His Master's Voice, that's in good condition. Ballet, no wonder. But next is a 12-inch His Master's Voice, Sylvia Ballet Symphony Orchestra, conducted by John Barbarelli. That's on His Master's Voice label, and it's in an original sleeve, it looks like. Next comes a sleeve of His Master's Voice, just a torn up piece of sleeve. And has a 12-inch Columbia sleeve, nothing in it. Useful. Alright, then out comes what looks like a 45 of Cliff Richard and the Young Ones Living Doll. That will go in the giveaway pile to somebody. Barbershop Harmonies. This is a set 1949 medalist official something recordings. So you have it's got 1, 2, the 3 record set. They're all included. All of them are there. Whoops. All of them are still there and still in good condition, in spite of me. It's not shellac. I don't know what this is, but they are in good condition. I'm not going to go over each individual record. I did pull all of them out. Next, we have a Coral 10-inch. Teresa Brewer, Ricochet, and Too Young to Tango. And it looks like we get into a little bit of 10 inches here. I'll go through them relatively quickly for time's sake. Richard Crooks on his master's voice, Jeannie with the light brown hair, and Beautiful Dreamer. His master's voice, entrance to the little Fawn 8 or Fawn 6, Mosquito Dance, Boston Promenade Orchestra. His master's voice, original sleeve, Thunder and Lightning on the other side. Polkas. If you see anything you like, I would not be opposed to selling a few things. Parlophone. Dorothy Squires, Unchangeable You. And on the other side of this we have All Over Again. These records came from various storage sheds and estate sales and were compiled over time, and could be anything at all in here. Here we have Columbia Cello Solo by Gene Schwiller, The Broken Melody on one side, and The Blind Boy on the other side. You see, all these are dirty, so you're going to see the dirt with this light. Don't try to hide that. No reason to. Columbia, Heddle, Nash, Bonnie Marie of Argyle, and The Bloom is in the Rye. Is on the Rye. It's a pretty nice record. Condition-wise, it looks good. Columbia, piano duet with Rawicks and Landauer, Radetzky March, and Perpetuum Mobile. Well, and here's a completely broken one. Sonata in C minor. That's William Bacchus. It's would have been a very nice condition record, except it's got a bite missing out of it. So that's going into the goodbye pile. Next we have a Brunswick sleeve, nothing in it. Empty sleeve. His master's voice, Aldershot Command Searchlight Tattoo. ACST, whatever that is. By the Cameron Highlanders. And there's that. Okay. Next we have a Regal. It's nice, thick record in very good condition. Follow the Swallow by Thomas Jackson on one side, and The Two Gilberts Don't Mind the Rain. That'll be a keeper for the condition. And finally learning not to keep every last thing. Although I don't know what I want to do with all these. We're getting down close to the end. Parlophone, Eli, Eli by Harry James and his orchestra, and Music Makers on Parlophone. Next, here comes a Parlophone sleeve. Parlophone for Real Music. But it's got a Perry Como RCA record in it, Mandolins in the Moonlight. And Love Makes the World Go Round. I'm more interested in the sleeve than in that record that's in it. Same, different wording on each side, so I'll go ahead and flip it. Next, His Master's Voice. Uncle Mac's Nursery Rhymes Part 4. By Uncle Mac of the BBC. And Uncle Mac's Nursery Rhymes on both sides. In the original sleeve. Next up is a Columbia DeBroy Summers Band Caprice Viennois and Lieberstrom. Good condition because nobody ever wanted to listen to it. Next up, I've got two records in one sleeve. I'm going to take one of them out. His Master's Voice, Cargoes by Peter Dawson on one side of this one and Captain Harry Morgan on the other. And a store sleeve, Dorothy Spriddles, The Record Shop, 71 Farringdon Road, Swindon, the home of music. Assuming that is in England. His Master's Voice, Philida by Walter Glenn, and Oh Lovely Night on the other side, and another very good condition record. Comes a Columbia Magic Notes, Seri Maris by Chris Blignot. This looks to be in German. Made in England, but it looks to be, the wording is in German, apparently. Hold it up for just a bit. Good condition. 10-inch Columbia. This is a color label I have not seen before. Mr. Hamilton Hardy at the Piano When You Come Home on one side and Pied Piper on the other. Kind of a sky blue, robin blue label. These are mostly made in England, apparently. Out of this box, there's a Rex. If I Should Fall in Love Again by Denny Dennis and Serenade of Napoli. Columbia, recorded at the Bellevue Gardens, Manchester, La Tosca by Joan Hammond, soprano, and Gianni Schicchi on the other side. Would be interesting to know how long these have been boxed and closed up like this and in storage. Next up is a 10-inch Phillips Guy Mitchell, A Dime and a Dollar, and Tear Down the Mountains on Phillips label. It's broken. It's no good to me. Columbia, Sleepy San Benito by Jimmy Leach and his new Organolians. And the other side is the same group, An Apple Blossom Wedding. Parlophone, One for the Road, Freddie Mills with Tony Osborne in his orchestra. And the other side is One for the Road as well. Next up looks to be a single-sided 12-inch. Has an engraving of an angel sitting on a record with a quill pen. Let's see what we got here. Oh, very nice. No cracks. It's Master's Voice of the Gramophone Company Limited, soprano and male chorus, Carry Me Back to Old Virginia. Madame Alma Gluck. I'll see if I can show you the angel on the other side. If you, yeah, you can kind of see that. Very nice record. I'm glad to have that one in the collection now. Alma Gluck, she's okay, I guess, but the record is nice. Oh boy. Christmas Carols by the Westminster Children's Choir. I'm going to ship that to my daughter for Christmas. She can enjoy that one. Made in England. Something is made in England. Let's see what it is. The Ace of Clubs is the label. And Tchaikovsky Symphony No. 6 by Charles Munch. I almost say that's a vinyl, but it's, don't know. Next up, we have a Brunswick 10-inch. The Cuckoo Waltz by Ken Griffin on the organ. Oh boy. Joy, joy. And the other side is You Can't Be True, Dear. Ken Griffin on the organ. For sale. Next up is probably another LP. It is, and it's John Hanson Sings 20 Showtime Greats, whoever that is. I don't care. 12-inch Columbia. Trumpet Concerto in E flat by Harry Mortimer and the Philharmonia Orchestra. There you go. Six or seven more to go. HMV, His Master's Voice. Rosemary's Selection, New Mayfair Orchestra. 12-inch. Some genius put the price tag right on the record. Alright, now I've got an album I need to pull out and very carefully see what's in it. Just an old tore up album. Let's see. Here's a Decca album personality series Bloomer Gal pamphlet booklet that came with it. Good condition. Alright. The records, we have a Decca. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 records, Black Label Decca Personality Series in this set. I'm going to go through it later and see if it's all this Bloomer Girl Orchestra. I believe it is. I'm not going to pull them out one by one for you because y'all probably don't want to see them all one by one. The album itself is destroyed, but at least I've got the insert. That's nice. Phillips, it's cracked. It was a Winfred Atwell and her other piano with rhythm accompaniment. Broken Doll, Nellie Dean, Let's Have Another Party. Let's not. Some of these on the bottom may be broken because of the shipping and the handling and I don't know how they were handled before I got them. Follow the Stars in Brunswick. His Master's Voice, Until by Richard Brooks. Very nice. And A Little Love, A Little Kiss. Ombra Lecibra Shadow, sung by Amelita Galcursi in Italian with orchestra on His Master's Voice. His Master's Voice, Church Choir, Come Ye Thankful People Come. Choral in English with organ, and Jesus, Lover of My Soul. Oh, they left off the last S, but maybe they call it Jesus, Lover of My Soul. I don't know. Three more. His Master's Voice, Aldershot Command, Searchlight Tattoo again. I believe that's maybe part of a set. It's in great condition. Okay. Next, we have His Master's Voice, The Old Rustic Bridge by the Mill by Peter Dawson, and They're Far, Far Away. This video has gone a little longer than anticipated. Sorry about that. Decca, No Such Luck by Dickie Valentine on one side, and The Engagement Waltz on the other. And that concludes box number 4 of 67. I'll be posting more as the days go by. I'm not going to do one a day. I just don't have the time or the want to do that. Thank